Imagine this. You wake up, grab your coffee, sit down at your desk, and for the next 60 minutes, every single dollar you earn isn't for your landlord, not for your car payment, not for utilities, not for those endless bills. No, that first hour of your hard work? It's all for you. Directly to your future self, to your savings, to your investments, before anyone else gets a piece. This isn't a fantasy. This is the first hour rule. And it can break the paycheck to paycheck cycle for good. For too many of us, that's not how it feels, is it? We work hard, day in, day out. And by the time payday rolls around, it feels like the money barely touches our checking account before it's siphoned off in a dozen different directions. Rent, mortgage, groceries, gas, subscriptions. The list never ends. We're left with the scraps, if anything at all, to put towards our goals. And then we hear the advice, just budget. But budgeting can feel like a punishment. It's restrictive. It's about saying no constantly. And frankly, for many, it just doesn't stick. The willpower wanes. The tracking becomes a chore. And we're back where we started, wondering why we're still running on this financial treadmill. What if the problem isn't your willpower, but the system itself? What if you could fundamentally shift your relationship with your money, making saving and investing as automatic and non-negotiable as your rent payment? That's the power of the first hour rule. It's not a budget. It's a reprioritization. It's a commitment to yourself, made before the world comes knocking. Think of it like this. Your employer pays you for your time, right? So, what if you simply decided that the very first hour of every single workday is dedicated entirely to funding your future? It's your personal tax on your daily labor, a tax you pay directly to yourself. The genius here is twofold. First, the psychology. Instead of saving what's left after all your expenses, you're saving what's first. This flips the script entirely. You're not working for your bills, you're working for your freedom. You're building your fortress first, then addressing the outside world. It creates a powerful sense of ownership and momentum. Second, it's about automation. We're not relying on daily decisions or constant tracking. We're setting up a system where this money moves automatically, like an invisible force, from your paycheck directly into your chosen savings or investment account. You never even see it in your checking. And what you don't see, you don't miss. Your brain quickly adapts to living on the slightly adjusted new amount. Let's put some numbers to this. Say you earn $25 an hour. That first hour, that $25, goes straight to your future. If you work a standard 5-day week, that's $125 deposited into your wealth building account. Every single week. Over a month? That's roughly $500. And over a year? We're talking $6,000. $6,000 saved and invested simply by dedicating your first hour. Without a restrictive budget. Without painful cuts. Just by a simple, powerful shift in perspective and an automated transfer. Imagine what an extra $6,000 a year, compounded over time, could do for your emergency fund, for a down payment, for your retirement. Thousands. Real thousands. That's the kind of money that changes lives. So, how do you actually put this into practice? It's simpler than you think. Step 1 *, figure out what your first hour is actually worth. If you're hourly, it's easy. If you're salaried, take your annual salary, divide it by 52 weeks, then divide that by your typical working hours per week. Say you make $60,000 a year, working 40 hours a week. That's $1,153.85 a week. Divide by 40 hours, and your first hour is worth about $28.85. That's your target amount. Step 2 *, automate the transfer. This is crucial. If your employer allows you to split your direct deposit, set up a small percentage or a fixed amount to go directly into a separate savings or investment account. Even better, set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to your designated future self account. Schedule it for the day after your payday. Why the day after? It gives your primary direct deposit time to clear, preventing any hiccups. Set it and forget it. Step 3 * choose your future self's home. Where should this money go? For some, it's building a robust emergency fund in a high-yield savings account, 3 to 6 months of expenses. For others, it's supercharging a Roth IRA or 401k for retirement. Maybe it's a brokerage account for long-term growth. You can even split it. Perhaps half to your emergency fund, half to investments. The key is that it's going somewhere purposeful, somewhere that serves you. Now, you might be thinking, that sounds great, but I genuinely can't afford to save anything right now. And I hear you. If your finances are truly on the razor's edge, start smaller. The power is in the habit, not just the amount. What if you start with just half an hour's pay? Or even 15 minutes? Maybe it's just $5 a day. The principle of paying yourself first, of carving out that sacred portion, is what matters most. You build the muscle, and as your income grows or expenses shift, you can increase the amount. The goal is progress, not perfection. This isn't just about saving money. It's about regaining control. It's about changing your mindset from a perpetual bill payer to a deliberate wealth builder. Imagine looking at your savings account balance a year from now, knowing that thousands of dollars accumulated almost effortlessly, simply because you honored your first hour of work. Imagine the peace of mind, the freedom, the ability to make choices based on your desires, not just your obligations. The first hour rule isn't a quick fix or a magic bullet. It's a foundational shift. It's consistent action that, like a small stream, carves a massive canyon over time. It compounds, it grows, and it quietly, steadily, paves your way to financial independence. So, I challenge you. This week, calculate the value of your first hour. Then, set up that automated transfer. See what happens when you treat your future self like your most important creditor. What could your first hour, consistently invested, build for you? Let me know in the comments below. And if this idea resonated with you, and you're ready for more practical, no-nonsense strategies to master your money, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're building a community of financially empowered individuals here, and I'd love for you to be a part of it. Until next time, pay yourself first.